Recent numbers state as many as 10 million Americans live with a gambling addiction. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling looked into the difficult task of seeking help.
From burning through money at the slot machines, continuous betting on sports to high-stakes card games, gambling addiction takes on many forms. And just like other forms of addiction, it's hard to admit.
City was Atlantic City. You went to Union City, right? You paid $15 to get on a bus. They gave you a coupon book, and when you get to Atlantic City, they give you $15 in quarters back. So they're basically driving you to fucking gamble and drive back. I believe in gambling. I believe in making a living. I believe that it's an itch, it's an illness, whatever, but when you're losing your house, that's where I want to know where, that's where it bothers me. It's just like cocaine, it's just like drug abuse, it's just like the opiate problem, it's just like anything fucking thing else. It could fucking, you and I both know people who have lost their fucking lives gambling, okay? You've seen people in pool halls, you see how they get, Joe Rogan. There's no difference in the drug addict and the gambling addict, not at all. No difference.
So you put in your money, like I have $1,000 in, and then you can take, it keeps going up, and you can take, oh, I just lost it all. Fucking Brad! Why didn't you tell me to fucking pull out?
That's the first time I've ever seen this shit. How is this my fault?
When we're gambling, you give me good fucking energy. Now there's a fucking camera here, and we're trying to go a different route at this whole thing. You fucking act weird, you fucking, I need this.
This is the first time I'm seeing this.
Just realize that there's a good thrill to the gambling, and what happens in gambling is that you get a hit of dopamine in the brain, and dopamine's that neurotransmitter that makes us feel so good, say when the Chargers win a game, or on the rare chance that they win a playoff. That dopamine makes us feel great, and in gambling you can feel that dopamine hit when you win, and that element itself can be addictive.
You gotta ride with it. We're running, she's going, we doubled our money.
Yo, cash out. No,
you don't know shit.
Trust me, cash out.
We're sprinting.
No, for real, cash
We're
out,
on a
cash
sprint. Oh, we're up. 4x our money. 4x our money.
you actually
4x our money,
did.
we're on a sprint. 5x, sprint, Brad. Sprint. What the fuck you doing? Sprint.
I told you.
Fuck.
No, I told
Brad.
you to cash it.
I told you to sprint. You're acting funny, Brad. I don't fucking
I'm trying to help you now.
You're acting weird, man. Bro, you're acting fucking weird.
What are some of the root causes of gambling addictions?
Well, addictions and compulsive behaviors can be caused by a number of factors. There are certain personality characteristics that are common to addicts and people with compulsive behaviors. Some of those are rooted in genetics, some are rooted in early childhood development. Early childhood traumas, abuse and neglect situations, unresolved grief situations can lead to addictive or compulsive behaviors because the person inadvertently learns that if I take this drug or if I act this way, I can cause an emotion that counteracts the depression or the anxiety or the pain that I'm hiding underneath.
So I was guilt-ridden. I was contemplating suicide for at least a good 20 minutes. I was crying, thinking of my son, my wife, my sister.
As I'd finish my work in the morning and the rest of the day would stretch out, I began to withdraw as a husband as I gambled more. I began to withdraw as a dad. And then one day I worked out I was losing more often than I was winning. That made me cross.
Receiving phone calls from loan sharks, and I started borrowing from them. I had to resign from my job because I wasn't in the right frame of mind. Basically, every day is thinking how to recoup my losses. At my most desperate moment, I even ransacked my sister's jewelry while she was on holiday for 10 days. When I pawned her jewelry, it got me a mere $15,000. I lost it in 3 days, all of it.
I thought, a free bet's okay, that's not really gambling. And I was right back into the way I was before. This time Emma could see. One morning I woke up and the house was quiet. She'd left and she'd taken the children with her. And you know what? She was right to leave because I was self-destructing. And rather than go after her and plead with her to come back and tell her it would be okay, I just got angry. I sold my wedding band with a lovely verse on the inside that only we knew. I sold the Breitling watch she gave me 1 year for an anniversary. And then I took the Queen's Sword of Honour, the most precious thing I owned, and I sold it. When I'd spent the £200 in cash that I'd sold it for, and by the way, I cried when I left that shop. The next morning I woke up and I came to my senses. I phoned up the shop and said, I've made a terrible mistake. I need to get my sword back. They said, we've just sold it. There's no record of it.
If you're, betting on stuff every other day or whatever, then that means you're kind of on tilt and not able to function most of the time.
And this is when you were drinking a lot too.
This is when I was drinking a lot too. So I was
drinking and gambling
I was
together.
drinking and gambling.
Woo! And then getting up at midnight.